But it is also interesting when you look at like this franchise's diminishing box office, because the first movie is the first two really are great. And I feel like they just kept getting people being like, their kids' movies, make them less violent. And this movie has such a unique tone that I feel like people need to go back to. This weird, like, dark, but for kids, but for adults. Like, the Marvel movies, like, it's somewhere between Marvel and DC. Like, we're somewhere between Iron Man and Zack Snyder in this movie. And it's brilliant. And it's like, this is what I want more of.
I mean, that's kind of, I feel in a little way like what the Batman movie, Tim Burton's Batman movies were like.
Yeah, the
and
89
I wish
Batman.
that DC took that route, which would still be different enough than Marvel to be, like, instead of trying to differentiate themselves so much that it's not even enjoyable.
And even, like, I know you guys did a whole episode on it. I listened to it, and it was great. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies have that same kind of horror beats flair, where every now and then the goblin's like, finish the prayer, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. That's it. There are some like just purely directorial choices that are awesome. Like when you first see Shredder and it's just his shadow like slowly growing, and then like we kind of orbit and you see full on Shredder. When Shredder gets mad at his right-hand man for the turtles having escaped after they've kind of beat up Splinter, and he just like turns pro. You see the guy like looking scared, and Shredder's profile and like all the edges of his helmet and mask are like there. You're like, it's framed up so well. It looks great. There are some. I think the only tonal issue for me is in April O'Neil's apartment. It's kind of weird. It's not very bright in there.
It looks like an old person's. It looks like kind of like an abandoned / old person's apartment.
Yeah, I think like when you're there, you're like, well, what am I supposed to feel when I'm in here? Mm-hmm. But when you're at like the Foot Clan hangout with all the neon stuff and the skateboard, the half pipe and everything, and then when you're at the farmhouse or wherever, you feel like the tones of what they're trying to do are great.
Ooh, what if it's like Terminator 1 meets like a Marvel movie? Does that make sense?
That's exactly what I want. That's kind of how this, because even the way when April O'Neil's doing the voiceovers about the turtles, and she's like, and then it reminded me so much of Sarah Connor, which, and you know, this machine will never get drunk and hit him. I just kept like looking at my roommate like, these turtles, they would never cheat on me. They would never abuse me like my bosses would. Somehow it was these 4 teenage turtles. So humanity's gonna kill each other? Major bummer, dude.
Major bummer, dude. All right, Slap, now you go. Dude, that's so funny. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's like the movie's nostalgic for other movies. It's but you get that way when you look at that's what makes this the mark of a good movie. Is the same thing with like Terminator. Is Terminator took cues from other popular movies like Mad Max, and so the Turtles kind of do the same thing. I love that fucking farm scene. It's my favorite thing.
It
Watching
is the
her
best.
draw the turtles, like Leo sitting there, and there's like different leg, like you could tell that she was like kind of studying him while he was watching Raph. Donnie in the car with Casey Jones. Oh, can we also talk about fucking how dope the dude who plays Casey Jones is?
Yeah,
the man is awesome.
He was good casting. I don't even know Casey Jones' character, but I liked him.
Casey Jones is the man. I like when they fucking meet in the park, and he has all those different things, and Casey keeps saying, and without saying I'm gonna whoop your ass. He says he's gonna whoop his ass by saying what sport is coming up next. So I like when he's like, and he goes, cricket.
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 You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
Cricket. Crack. Into the fucking garbage can. Oh man, that scene is so good.
And then later he gets a golf club, and he's like, maybe I'll start using golf clubs. They're like, my dude, you were using cricket batons.
Yeah. Like, it's the last time I ever said golf is boring or whatever. You're like,
yeah.
You had like polo shit in there, didn't you? You're riding around on a horse, you white
also,
badminton?
I love that he, in that first scene where we're meeting Casey, and he's, sees the Ninja Turtle for the first time, and he's like, are you one of them punkers? And then I immediately am like, what are you talking about? You look like a punker, Casey. Like, look at a mirror, dude, before you
Yeah.
get
He's
dressed
got very-
to vilify punkers.
He has a very like the whole movie feels like every other movie I love. Casey Jones's intro feels very Men in Black to me. He's got this like Will Smith chasing the alien in the beginning vibe where he's just throwing out
Yeah.
one-liners and like trying to keep up.
Yeah,
you're right. Damn.
Another
God, I
kids
love
movie with a
Casey
very
Jones.
dark, interesting tone. Like this is
Yeah.
you got to make more things like this.
I know. It's kind of crazy. And
Yeah.
like Mystery Men, you know, there are so many movies where I'm like, why don't they do that anymore? Because they did it for so long, and it seemed to always work when they did it.
And what happened to the big hip hop song at the end? This one ends with Turtle Power, Men in
I
Black,
know.
obviously. I feel like Wild Wild West was the last great credit song.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
They're
my
like,
God,
we've
dude.
peaked. We've
Yeah.
peaked on the song, and we've opposite peaked on the movie. Let's just call it.
And the studios
Opposite
learned the wrong
peak.
lessons. Improve the movies, keep the songs.
Do you know?